Hey everyone, OzSwanton007 here to do my WrestleMania 22 XXI 2006 WrestleMania pay-per-view review. I'm going to get straight into it because there's a lot to get through in 15 minutes. And I'm going to start with the dark match, which was an 18-man interpromotional battle royal. Really, the most notable superstars here were Eminem, Viscera, Snitsky, and Eugene. And in all honesty, this was an absolute dud. It was disgraceful. It was just to get these guys on the show, give them a taste of what could be in the future. But yeah, nothing really that much happened. It came down to Viscera and Snitsky in the end, and Viscera got the win, really going nowhere. And yeah, so that was a dud. Then we move on. We've got the first match of the actual pay-per-view, which is the World Tag Team Championship match between with Kane and the Big Show versus Carlito and Chris Masters. Now this wasn't that bad, but my biggest problem is that Carlito and Chris Masters are really they're really getting a push at the moment, and it's all sort of just being cut short. Them going into a tag team. They were pushing for a high main event sort of picture. Now they've been put into a tag team. I get that it's against Kane and the Big Show, and it is their first WrestleMania, so they're not really deserved of a main event spot or a higher up spot on the card. But still, I think they deserve a little bit better than what they got. Maybe having a single rivalry. But it was a great way to get the pay-per-view started. Really got the crowd into it. Kane and the Big Show got huge pops. Carlito, surprisingly, got a huge Carlito chant going during the match, and it was great to see Carlito getting that chant, so you can expect him to turn face sometime soon, which I don't think he does. But apart from that, Kane and the Big Show get the win after choke slams. They pretty much dominate the whole match. Carlito and Chris Masters barely had any offense during the match, which was really sort of... as I said earlier, that they were trying to push them, but this really set them back a little bit. They didn't really get any offense on, didn't really push the characters at all. So, guys, that match is a 1 3/4 out of 5, but it's still good start to the pay-per-view. Got the crowd into it. Hey, so
Michael's had a little interview with the coach saying that you're going to see a different Shawn Michaels tonight, a more brutal one, blah, blah, blah. Then we've got the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was very entertaining. Probably one of the more favourite ones I have seen. Maybe not in my top 5, but up there. RVD and RVD ended up winning it with after he'd done like a frog splash off the ladder. And he just gets up there, a little something happened, and he grabs the briefcase. I can't think of too many spots in it right now. I mean, there was the Shelton Benjamin where he jumps off of the ladder onto 3 guys. Just point out, Finlay really never did anything much. Ric Flair didn't do that much. Bobby Lashley didn't do that much. It was mainly Matt Hardy, Shelton Benjamin and RVD in this match. You saw a little bit of Bobby Lashley. He did his finisher. Finlay, pretty much I just watched it, and all I can remember him doing was hitting someone with a shillelagh. Ric Flair got injured and came back out for a second and then got put away. So guys, I'm giving this match a 4 stars out of 5. Very enjoyable. And yeah, so we're moving on. We've got the United States Championship match between Chris Benoit and JBL. Hey everyone. Oh, sorry guys. Benoit, JBL, alright match. Very technical. Not really my sort of thing. JBL ended up winning when he rolls up Chris Benoit and pulls down the ropes. Alright ending. JBL comes out with the United States Championship, gives him something to do as he's getting lost in the mid-card shuffle as Benoit is. These two main eventers, it's sort of filling in the SmackDown's mid-card, which is good, and it's going to help these guys build younger superstars for the future. So, guys, I'm giving that match a 1.25 stars. It was alright, nothing special, no real spots. So then,
what was next? Next match was the hardcore match, Edge versus Mick Foley. This match was amazing. When I watched this, last time I watched this was like 12 months ago, and I just put down everything I was doing and just sat there and watched this. I sat there and was glued to the TV. This is one of those matches that got me into wrestling, really brought me into it, and it was just fantastic to watch. It brought me back to thinking about. It was great to see. It's something that it's 2011, late 2011. We got the John Cena and No Blood PG era, CM Punk, and this was just amazing to see. In this era, that match would have been given 4 3/4 stars or 4.5 stars, and this just brought me back to watching Mick Foley and Triple H and Mick Foley Undertaker. It just really brought me back to all those really good times when wrestling was awesome. And that's what this match does great, and it brings everything into this. I've given it a 4 1/4 stars. I was pushing for 4.5. I know everybody gives this a 4 stars. I've not seen 3 1/4. I've never seen a 4 1/4. Everyone gives this match 4 stars. I'm giving it a 4 1/4 because this nostalgia factor, and it was fantastic to see. I love the ending. I love Edge being backdropped onto the thumbtacks. I loved the barbed wire. I loved Lita getting involved in it. It was an awesome, inventive match, and it was just amazing. 4 1/4 stars. I just did some research. There are 2 people out there that actually did give the Mick Foley Edge match 4 1/4 stars from what I checked on YouTube, so I'm not the only one, but I thoroughly enjoyed that. That is my own rating. This match with the Yeah, sorry guys, as he's reinvented later in the year as the King of the Ring, or King Booker, and winds up winning the championship, and he gets beaten by the Boogeyman at WrestleMania. It's really not something that WWE should be proud of, especially with his push at the end of the year. Then we've got the Women's Championship match between Trish Stratus and Mickie James. Probably one of my favourite women's matches of all time. Maybe not rating-wise. I think there was a... what was it? It was, Trish... Michelle McCool versus Melina. In 2009 or something. That was very happy to watch. That was a very good match. I think it gave it like a 3.5 stars or something. But this one was also very good. This was one of the better storyline women's matches I've seen in ever since I've started watching wrestling. The better ones. I think Lita and Trish Stratus had some good ones. And this had a huge build-up as well. It's been building up for about 6 months now. And Mickie James gets her first women's championship with the her little whatever she does. I forgot what it's called. The casket match between Mark Henry and Taker. This was really disgraceful. I did not enjoy this at all. I have given it 1 stars. Taker won with the tombstone and then rolled Mark Henry into the casket. Let's move on. We've got a no holds barred match between Shawn Michaels and Vincent K. McMahon, and this was actually quite a good match. It was about what I expected. It was an absolute brawl, and it was just all building up to the spot at the end. The only reason why I've given it a 3 1/4 stars is really because the ending could have finished so much quicker, but they spent like 4 minutes to fight. They spent 3 to 5 minutes building up the ending when Shawn went off the top ladder, and it really took too long. Everyone knew what was about to happen, and it really did take too long to build to eventually what happened, where he did a WrestleMania memorable moment. But I've given it 3.25 stars. Shawn won after his elbow drop. During the match, there was an interference from the Spirit Squad and Shane McMahon. Okay, so the next match was the World Heavyweight Championship match between Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, Randy Orton. This was a good match, I thought. They only gave it 10 minutes. It really needed more time. Maybe taken away some from the Mark Henry match or the Shawn Michaels Vince McMahon match. Taken some time away from those ones, and this could have really done a lot better than 3.5 stars. I felt it was still a good match though. There was a cool spot where Kurt Angle did a double suplex, and that was really good. But it was just your typical triple threat match, and there was really nothing that special to it. Rey Mysterio did win the world title, but yeah, that's about it. Then we had a Playboy pillow fight match between Candice, Michelle, and Torrie Wilson. Torrie Wilson won with the roller. Oh, sorry, the match before, Rey Mysterio won with the 6-1-9, and then West Coast Pop thingy. Torrie Wilson won the Playboy pillow fight with a roll-up. Yeah, it's a dud match. They were just trying to settle the crowd down, get ready for the main event. Just a filler of time and stuff. Okay, so the main event was John Cena versus Triple H, and this, just let's say, the entrance made me feel disgusted that I watched wrestling. They were putting on a show, essentially. Triple H got dressed up, John Cena got dressed up, and this is just one of those moments where, when people bag you about watching wrestling because it's gay and men touch each other, that you say, oh, show me the proof. They bring out this, and it's just something that, it's just not good for the business, I felt. And it may have been entertaining and a good thought at the time and really extravagant, but it just does not suit wrestling. I didn't felt it had a place in wrestling. The match was actually pretty good. The crowd was really into it. Fuck you, Cena. Let's go, Cena. Everyone cheering, like, the cheers for Triple H were huge. And it was a match had a great atmosphere. It had a WrestleMania atmosphere, which is something that I felt the rest of the pay-per-view was kind of lacking, was that WrestleMania atmosphere. I mean, Mick Foley and Edge kind of gave me that, but nothing else on the card really did, and this match just really gave me that WrestleMania atmosphere, that everyone was pumped to be there, and they couldn't wait for the main event. And that was something that really clicked with me, and I felt that was just a great part to the match. Cena ended up winning when he got Triple H to tap out after Triple H had gone to sleep, and then he saved himself, and then he ended up tapping. I felt it was a little bit overplayed, and they tried to make it a WrestleMania moment, and it just didn't quite have it for me. The match was very high atmosphere. It was great. I'm going to give it a 3.75 stars. Overall, the pay-per-view, I'm going to give... Let me just whack out that. It was a good pay-per-view. I mean, there was only a few matches that were lacking, and there were quite a few matches that got over 3 stars, and, you know, it's just pushing it a little bit, I think. I think I'm going to give it just over 7, maybe a 7.5. No, I'm going to give it 7.75, actually. I thought it was a good pay-per-view, very solid. Really, I enjoyed it. Okay, guys, I'm on Swanton. Comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.